Hi, welcome to our cooking show. We have Neva Harjochi who's going to show us how to make banana berry muffins with whole grains in them.
Well, my banana berry muffins has a few ingredients. I have sugar, applesauce, some smashed bananas, 1 egg, some all-purpose flour, oats, whole wheat flour, and some strawberries, baking soda, baking powder, and a little bit of salt, and just a little water in case the mix is a little dry.
This looks wonderful.
Yes, it's a good way, delicious way to get more grains into your diet.
All right.
All right, first off, I'm going to mix my applesauce, which you can substitute for shortening or some types of oil in your baking mixes.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea. I think you can substitute up to 1/4 to 1/2 of your oil in these recipes, so that is wonderful.
Yes, and this recipe has so little fat. It's got less than 1 gram of fat in it. This is a great recipe if you're watching your cholesterol. And all I'm doing is mixing that together. I'm not even going to mix it until it's dissolved. I'm just going to mix it up as it is. Add my egg.
Okay.
And I'm going to have 2 mixes, 1 dry and 1 wet. This is my wet, as you can see.
I think one of the things that Neva has talked about is that you could use the egg beaters in this or the egg whites only, and that would make it, maybe the texture change a little bit, but it'd still be really good, and then you'd pretty much be getting almost no fat in this.
That's right. I think that's the only place the fat comes in is from the egg.
Uh-huh.
All right, now I'm going to mix my dry ingredients. The all-purpose flour, you can substitute up to half of your flour in most bread recipes with whole wheat, which will give you a little more fiber.
Sure, you're getting the whole grain in that, and that's where you're getting the fiber, you're getting more B vitamins, and it's just really good for you to try to sneak those whole grains in. And the whole oats, you know, that just looks wonderful.
It's an easy way to get your grain, real easy. You can actually, my family substitute some oats with our flours in our mixes, bread mixes, and that's just an easy way to boost your grains just a little.
Sure. And you need 6 ounces of grains a day, and half of those should be whole grains. And with this recipe, one of the things that is important to know is that you're getting a lot of other nutrients. You're getting magnesium, you're getting so many things that help your body, helps your brain work properly. You know, we talk about fiber that helps keep you regular, and that's real important to us. But you know, these foods work together, and they give our body so many things that if we just eat the whole grains and try to get variety in our diet, we're so much better off.
Yes. And like I said, this is delicious because you're getting more nutrients from this recipe because of the bananas. Mm-hmm. And then the strawberries. You can substitute, on the strawberries, you can substitute blueberries, raspberries, whatever your family likes. So this works really, really good.
Well, I know some people have like blackberry trees, so they could go, blackberry bushes. They could go out and pick some, couldn't they? That'd be yummy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add my wet mixture to my dry. Real simple, and this is a quick bread, so it's just going to be stirred a little bit. I'm not going to over stir it because I don't want my muffins to come out really tough.
No, Neva's a wonderful cook. But one of the things that she knows is that you have to experiment and you have to have the ingredients in your house. So the more education you get and the more knowledge you have when you go to the grocery store, you'll know the really healthy things to pick. Because as we talked about, when you're looking at whole grains, especially when we're talking about like sliced bread, whole grains, you know, just because it's brown in color does not mean that it's a whole wheat. And just because it says whole grains on it does not mean that it's a whole grain as the first ingredient. It can just mean they sprinkle some oatmeal on top. So, you know, you have to be sure to read the label and look for those good, healthy words.
Read the label. And you could also look up the dietary fiber on the labels because that's
Sure.
listed now. And you can see what your intake is for that day. Mm-hmm. All right, now I have mixed that up, and I did use a little of my water because my mix was a little dry. I didn't use all of it, but I used part of it. Now I'm going to add in my strawberries. And like I said, you can mix, actually I'm just going to fold in because you don't want to crush the berries because they're real soft. So just easily roll them in.
Fresh, frozen.
Either work.
Okay, if they're frozen, you're just really, really gentle when you fold them in, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
It's really to fold them in nice and easy. And then there's our mix. It's just that easy to add grains.
Now this looks great, and I'd love to take a spoon and eat it now, but it has a raw egg in it. So if it has a raw egg in it, don't be eating it until it's after it's cooked. I know it's tempting, and I know all you people that love to eat batter, I'm probably, raining on your parade, but that's a real important food safety factor.
Now I'm going to spoon these in my pan. And I'm just going to fill these halfway up because that's the actual serving size of this muffin. This recipe will make 22 muffins.
Oh, these look wonderful, Neva. And I like the way that you're trying to keep the portion sizes right. That's key, that, when we talk about whole grains, we need the 6 ounces, and that might sound like a lot to a lot of people, but really, you're talking about just trying to get, a small portion size, especially things like this. This has a little added sugar in it, so it's okay, sugar's fine, but we're looking at having this as being part of our diet, not the, in one muffin, not the whole recipe.
Yes. I'm going to place these in a 350-degree oven for 25 minutes.
Great. I bet they really make the house smell wonderful, Neva.
Yes, they do. They're great.
Yeah. When people smell things like that cooking, they just feel like, okay, there's love around.
Yeah, that's true. These, like I said, these are going to bake for 25 minutes at the 350-degree oven, and then we're ready to go. And you can serve these for breakfast as a snack.
Oh, great.
Great.
Neva, these look wonderful.
Yes, they are very good. These are a great substitute for breakfast cereal. That's what I do.
Well, they sure would, because they have the fiber in them and they have the whole grain. And what I like is that we know that in the grain group, that provides us with some iron. And that type of iron is better absorbed when you have vitamin C with it. So mixing the strawberries with the iron, it really does good things in your body. The iron helps carry the oxygen around your body. So if you just have a muffin or two for breakfast and a glass of milk, you'd be really starting your day off right.
That's right.
Now our next recipe is a wonderful recipe that you can involve the whole family with. It is called Deluxe Homemade Pizza.
That's good.